Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be doing the cash cows for round 9. Are we up to? No, round 10, sorry, we're up to already 9 rounds deep. And yeah, this will be the last set of these Wednesday videos that are recorded on Tuesday in dying light, it seems. I don't think the light is too bad, as you can tell. It's not really a change based off the lighting from my the brightness from my laptop. But yeah, just going through the cash cows for this week, and yeah, not smart of me to have 0 cash cows this week at the moment, but we will see as one cash cow at the moment that is I guess below the I would think he is below the sort of he's in the middle of the sort of break-evens for a lot of the sort of guys that haven't played in Colin McKercher. That is a big watch to see his injury news and how that will affect Harry Sheasel, as I know a lot of people are close to trading him out, as he is in the top 5 for traded out players alongside 4 other rookies. So yeah, before we jump into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So let's actually change this back to the break-even approach. And you see Joe Richards, number 1, 81. I think this is almost very similar in a way to the likes of Harvey Thomas when we got him, but also not in a way. I think it also is similar to the likes of Harvey Gallagher if we go to him. I think even though they play slightly different position, you'll see Harvey Gallagher 4-2-4. And you'll see how he rose through 9 games. And what did he put up? He put up 58, 56, 90, 51, 29. So if we go to Footy Wire, I think this is actually the best way to show this. And then I go to Gallagher here. We want Bulldogs Gallagher. I want to see his sort of his price changes. You'll see here 200, 200, and then you had 225, 266. Then you had something like an 71k change here off the back of that 90. Then a big jump again because of the low break even, and then sort of did his job, I guess, and that was about it. So the thing about Joe, is it Joe Richards or whatever? Let's just go back out here. Joe Richards. Then we see he's got an 81 and went up 42k and projected with a 58 to go up 54k. And really, I think those projections are about right. And I think that, yes, if you do want to bring him in, I do think he's got all right job security given the list of Collingwood players out injured. And I also just want to check here and just go to Collingwood. I just want to see, because this is recorded around the time that injury sheets are coming out here. So I just want to see if they do have anything. Doesn't look like they've got anything left there. So I will quickly check on my phone to just see if they've got anything on their injury report, which I don't think they would have posted it on their, not on their Twitter, but posted it on here. So I don't think there will be anything that comes up, but I think that they'll release it at 5, which will be injury update. Here we go. 22 hours ago. So let's actually go to Collingwood again, and I'll bring it up here. That was 22 hours ago that they did their injury report. Here we go. There we go. Let's bring it up for you here. Collingwood injuries. Elliott, 2 weeks off with a minor vascular issue. So yeah, that's basically, I would expect Joe Richards' role. So Elliott, 2 weeks. 2 weeks for him is most likely going to be roughly 100k, I would expect. Jeremy Howe, minor groin injury, 2 to 3 weeks. So there as well, I don't think, so he's out for 2 to 3 weeks. So that may help Richards as well. Harvey Harrison, an ankle eversion. So he is being assessed. Yes. So that's okay. And then Bytel, concussion. Jordan De Goey, an assessment ahead of the game. Tom Mitchell will train and be assessed as well. So they got 2 guys potentially coming back in the midfield. So a little bit of a worry on Sullivan. And we'll watch that space. Bo McCreary, and it's expected for round 11. So that is another one that gives Richards another game. Myercheck, round 11 as well, maybe round 12. And Carmichael, he is still going through his concussion. Begg, a knee injury, okay. So yeah, but he was in the twos anyway. Two, and these guys are all sort of twos players. So I think that there is some merit to say that he has some job security, but I'm just worried about him and Lockie Sullivan that they're gonna basically get into a sort of bad spot that they're both going to go out at the same time. So I am a little bit worried about that. But I mean, if you follow along with Sullivan's sort of price jumps, he went from 225 to 271. And you see the jumps here again with 50s. He sort of jumps up another, 90, 122k in before their buy, I believe. No, their buy's in 15. So, yeah, I would be looking at these two guys. Probably Joe Richards before Sullivan, just because of the return of DeGoey and Mitchell. I think Sullivan's job security is a little bit worse than Richards. Just sucks because I wish Richards was the one on the bubble and not Sullivan. Peatling as well, 444k with Josh Kelly and Lockie Ash out for 6 weeks with both having calf injuries. I think it does help out Lockie Whitfield, but I also think it could potentially mean that Peatling's on the wing. But again, 444k for a winger, -11 break even. I just think he pulls out a 70 or so, and 70s for him if you actually look at it. I mean, that's not an accurate representation with 40s. But I just think that he's not really going to have the cash gen that you really want. So I'd be sticking clear. Bruce Revel, another guy that is an interesting watch as well, just because of the Lions injury list. If I get rid of this and go here, get rid of that as well. If I go to the Brisbane Lions, I just want to see their injury list because it is mounting up is an understatement for the Brisbane Lions injury list here. So let's just go through this as well. I said to welcome back a key duo. Okay, here we go. Ainsworth and Devon Robinson are both available for selection. How is that going to impact some guys? Devon Robinson, I'd have to look at the heat maps for him. So let's just look at that because I know that obviously Noah Ainsworth is a defender, but I just want to see where is Robinson being played, as I haven't really been focusing on that. So let's just... I spelt it wrong, didn't I? Robertson, not Robinson. Okay, there we go. Let's just check because I know he was sort of a touted. Let's just see here. So 1-3. Okay. When he played the full match, he got some CBAs, some up forwards. It's kind of hard to tell. Let's just look at this. So yeah, it looks like he's playing more on a wing here. Just looking at these both in, and well, that really is more of an inside player, but I think he's just on the wing. So I don't know if that will necessarily impact Revel. I just want to see Revel's numbers because I thought Revel was a half forward who was more going to be impacted when Zach Bailey came back, is my general thought alongside that. Revel here, let's just look at his numbers. Sort of just everywhere. And then this one as well. Just sort of everywhere as well. So maybe he is going to be impacted. So that is a watch as well, I would say. For Revel, as we just go back out here, as I'm going to probably need it again. So you got that for Revel. Further good news is progressing well. Zach Bailey is likely to return next week. So Revel is a real big worry now, given this and ticked off a major industry. Okay, so Will Ashcroft as well. So let's look at this. Will Ashcroft, 6 to 8 weeks. He could give them a boost for the last 2 or 3 weeks because he'll be back around round 16 to 18. Give him 2 to 3 games to get up to speed, and 2 to 3 weeks because they play round 24. So he could be impactful for rounds 22, 23, 24 if they're pushing for it. But they may just put him on ice given the if they lose the next couple. For Will Ashcroft, that's referencing Starcevich 3 to 4, Carter Michael. Zach Bailey 1 week away, and then 2 tests for Ainsworth and also Robinson. But I do think that Lincoln McCarthy's season over does actually help out the job security of Revel. So he's one that you can look at and watch. He is playing Richmond Hawks, then has the bye, but he could be impactful out of the bye if he does stay in the side. But I'm just worried that he might not. But then again, I think he's ahead of the likes of Logan Morris as well, who needs to drop out, I would think. And then also Shadow Braun, who probably needs to, or however you say that guy's name, he needs to drop out, I would think, before Bruce Revel. Joel Frazier, another guy that I actually want to... Sorry that I'm doing my research on the run. But I just want to check Fraser's, is it with an I or is it with a... Okay, it's an IJ. So I just want to check Fraser's positioning because he is a winger from what they've reported on. But I just want to check where he's been sort of positioned. It seems like more of a back pocket, to be honest with you. And he lined up in the back pocket. So that's actually an interesting one. And if I had to almost pick a rookie, I would think about picking Joel Fraser. I just want to see if Western Bulldogs have any injury sort of updates. Because if he's playing in the back pocket, that's an interesting one. Because that sort of signifies to me that Ed Richards has probably pushed more on ball. Yeah, we obviously heard about the Aiden O'Driscoll injury news, which was quite saddening. But let's just see, do they have their injury list out? Here we go, medical room. Leif Vandermeer will be a test, and that's about it from things. Nick Caulfield, 4 to 6 weeks. He's finally turned up in the actual sort of, I don't know, I haven't really been watching the team list, but or the injury list, but Caulfield 4 to 6 weeks away. It's almost like it feels like he's almost come off a TBC to 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, Cody Waitman as well. So yeah, I would say and Vandermeer as well. I just want to check if Vandermeer was holding Vandermeer. Where is it? Leif Vandermeer. I thought he was a small forward, so I am just doing active research on the run here. Yeah, for small forward. So yeah, I would be saying that I would be looking at Fraser and thinking that is a guy that can do 60s most weeks. He is a 190 centimeter guy, so he could be playing key position, which would suck, but I'd need to just double check that. But yeah, in the Western Bulldogs system, he could actually do well. Biggie isn't playing anytime soon from the look of it. Charlie Dean had an alright run in the twos, I believe, but I don't think he gets back into the side. I don't think they're going to chuck another guy forward, to be honest with you, even with Howe going down. I just think they go to Ash Johnson or is it Kruger or something? They may go to them. Toby Conway playing on and off is annoying as hell. Vicentini did really well, but I do think that Jordan Sweet is sort of play Jordan Sweet over Vicentini because Jordan Sweet went to the club to play sort of number 1 or number 2 ruckman, and you got to give him that role even though Vicentini did really well. I just think that they'll put Sweet back there. McMullen, Manor, same day. Fogarty had a pretty good game, but that's just a pretty good game for a 500k, and no thank you. Duwall, a 41, not fancy relevant, I don't think. Jordan Sweet is 13 break even still, so he'll do alright. Josh Sin, and this is the thing that's kind of annoying and something that we may see start to happen. I know that we saw it last year as well, is we start to see these guys these type of rookie guys pull up for one game here. Just look at this. So Joe Richards will get some games, but Vicentini might ruin his whole season by having one good game. Joel Fraser as well, probably. So I think Joel Fraser should be fine. But Dual 41, you got Josh Sin 56. You sort of have these guys coming in and just wrecking their break evens and not their break evens, but their average and their price for next season by just having one good game. We saw Trezise, I believe, last year come in one game 83, priced at like 500k the next year, and he played one game. So yeah, I think this is what's going to happen to like Josh Sin and some other guys where they're not really going to be fancy relevant because they come in and they played like one game and they're chucked. And then they just ruin themselves for sort of a couple years. And yeah, there's no one else here really. Darcy Jones sort of can follow the same sort of spike. Look at his spike gains for Joe Richards as well and how that sort of works. So he did pull out a 33, so he's sort of done with terms of cash gen. So if I look at, I've chucked off the page here. But yeah, I think that Darcy Jones, he started at 200k, got up to 312. And I think he's safe, obviously, in terms of job security at the moment. They may look to make him sub potentially for Harvey Thomas. But yeah, he's doing all right. But his cash gen is completely dried up now, I think, as if you look at the fixture stats, his break even's going to hold, basically. But after a couple of weeks, those 90s start to fill out of his system, and then he starts to really stop in cash gen. So it will be interesting to see if he can get another spike game against the Bulldogs or the Geelong before the bye. Sorry, and that basically is all of the rookies to look at. I mean, you did have Finn McRae, but did he kick 3 goals to get to a 70? And there's still one that's almost on the if he moves, he's on the massive value scale of stuff. So yeah, definitely Still just a watch in terms of his performance. We would like to see some more 40s from him, honestly, at this point. Keep that value low so that next year he can come in. Even if he's priced at like 400k as a forward next year, still will be really nice, as I believe he's played enough forward time, Finlay McRae, to get... I don't know, CBAs are not a good look at all, but 24% CBAs for 44% time on ground, that is not looking good. But then again, I don't know what that takes into account here. So yeah, it will be interesting to see if he does get the enough TOG to get the forward status, keep it and hold it. So that'll be an interesting watch this year, I guess. But anyway, I think that's pretty much the video there of the cash cows, because there's not really anyone I'm looking at here that I'm really interested in. There's only really Richards, Sullivan, Revel, Fraser that I'm really interested at all for this week. And I haven't made that decision yet, as I still have the Harry Chisel trade in that could be dependent on the outcome of this McKercher scan. Depending on that, we will see if I actually do the trade. But I guess that's the video, and I'll see you guys for the next one, which will be the trade targets for the round 10 as well. So I'll see you guys in that one. Bye, guys.